Hi, I'm Chris Plumb, head coach and CEO of Carmel Swim Club. This is Off the Deck podcast. Off the Deck champions Carmel Swim Club's mission, teaching excellence through swimming for life. To more fully meet that mission, we are constructing a new pool, the Carmel Swim Academy. Carmel Swim Academy will provide an entry point for more children in central Indiana to have access to life-saving programs. It's true. Drowning is the leading cause of injury-related death in children ages 1 to 4, and the second leading cause of death in children 5 to 9. But there is hope. Participation in formal swimming lessons can mitigate the risk of drowning by 88%. We are compelled to use our expertise in swimming to make our community safer and to ensure every child has the opportunity to learn to swim. To learn more, visit www.carmelswimacademy.org. And I'd like to begin with my first segment today is I don't know if it's right. I just know it works. And I want to talk about this idea about the path to success is often overlooked. It's not about finding shortcuts. It's about progression. Daily focused, intense, workable plans. And as a swim coach, I think we've learned over time just that you need to have a plan and you need to work it. And it's about the things that you do every single day and being consistent to have success. And I often, I think in today's world with Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everyone is looking for the quote hack. Like, what's the hack to get this? How do I make this happen real quick? How can I learn to play this guitar in the song in one day, right? How do I play this song quickly? Instead, it's really about taking time. And I think swimming teaches that to develop in the sport, you need to be consistent, need to show up every day, and you need to give yourself enough timeline to make it happen, but have these meets that focus your effort and have intense plans to getting there. So just if you want to be successful in anything, have a plan, work it, and be intense about it, and give yourself enough time to get it done. So I'm very happy to bring on our guest today. I'm going to introduce her. Our guest is a friend of mine who I've had the privilege to get to know over the past several years. Kate Lundsten is the head coach of the Aquajets swim team. She was named head coach in 2004. In her current role, she also is the board chair of the New Jets Incorporated, the nonprofit parent organization of the Aquajets. Coach Kate swam competitively for 10 years and has been a USA swimming coach for 20 years. She's been selected to be an assistant coach at the USA national team and USA junior national teams. Most recently, Coach Kate was named head women's coach for Team USA at the 2017 FINA World Junior Championships and has served on Team USA coaching staffs for the 2018 Junior Pan Pacs and then 2019 Pan Am Games. Please welcome Kate. Hi, Kate. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for letting me be on it.
Kate, I'm so excited to have you on, and I know you and I got to spend some time in Indianapolis at the World Junior Meet, and that's how I really got to know you. I remember getting you your Diet Mountain Dews.
That's right.
Are you still drinking those? Yeah. So, I just I know I introduced the show talking about swim lessons and the importance of that. What was your first experience, Kate, with the water?
Well, I was raised on a lake. It's Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. That's what our license plate says. And so there's lakes all around. But I was raised on a point, so lakes on both sides, and wore a life jacket my whole life, went my whole young life as a little kid. And many times my neighbor and I would pull each other, go to the parents and say, Casey's in the water with his life jacket. We got to get him out. And so, but then just learned how to swim because I was in the lake and had 5 brothers and sisters. So, and you just learn how to float in the water and play in the water. But now kids don't even go in lakes. But back then you did.
Yeah. So obviously a lot of fond memories for you growing up with your family in the water. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. Yeah. It was great. Great place to grow up.
Yeah. I know I grew up on Lake Erie. So my grandmother had a beach house. So the water was part of my growing up and childhood as well. So So from there, did you start swimming competitively right away, or were you introduced to that
No,
part
I
of your
mean,
life?
back then, I mean, we're talking a long time ago, but started competitive swimming when I was almost 12 years old. So I was a late one. Just had too much fun playing outside and learning how to swim and playing all sports with neighborhood kids. But at 11, 12 years old, I started competitive swimming. My brother got me into it, actually. He was one who said, let's try it. So we did. He quit and I stayed on.
Now you're a swim coach.
Yeah, right. He is too, but
Yeah. Oh, he's a swim coach too?
yeah, he coached Tommy Melchow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Also from Minnesota.
Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he coaches in Minnesota. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he does. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't know that. So it's a family affair. Anybody else in your family coach?
No, they're all smarter than that. No, no, actually, to tell you the truth, because coaches were teachers as well. That's what we do every day, teach the kids something. And so I have a lot of teachers in my family as well.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. I know, would you say your coaching philosophy is centered around that teaching part? And like, growing up with that, where did you see that? How did that become part of your life?
I think, and I look at it, how kids are today, especially your whole podcast is about making awareness, and even your beginning statement of there's always a process. And I think with kids nowadays, I want them to understand and not be robots. They're doing it for a reason. Why are you doing this? And, why are you overreaching in backstroke? Why do you think? And not that you can do that every time as a coach, but there's always a reason behind, just move your arm out further. That's just a Band-Aid to problems. So I'm always trying to, as best I can, I'm not perfect, to educate kids. And I think that's the biggest thing. They want to be educated. They want to know because they can find it on Google, but they do want to know. And so that's kind of how I coach. It's by asking them questions. Why are you doing something? This is what I'm seeing. Why do you think you're doing that? Well, I don't feel good. No. Why are you doing that? Tell me the root reason. So, we're trying to educate them. And I think we try it at Aquajets. We try it from a young age all the way through.
Yeah. So it seems to me like you were saying, okay, I know the physical reason why you're doing something, but let's go deeper than that. Would you say that's right?
Yes. There's a root thing. I mean, besides the emotional, psychological, and all that, but it usually stems from the core, right? Your core is off. You're doing something wrong with your core. So swimming more inside out, right, instead of arms and legs. Right.
Well, I know we just talked a lot about questions, and I have a quote from you where you talked about coaching. And this is what you said. You ready?
Yep.
Ask the right questions, and you know that you don't know everything, so you're always learning, which makes it such a good job.
Right. I agree. I said that. There's no question. I agree with my statement. Totally agree.
So if you want a better answer, ask a better question, right?
Right. And I struggle with that sometimes. Like how do I even ask a sports psychologist who works with us? He is the best question guy in the world. He just asks the right questions to get to the root of the problem. I'm still learning. Yeah.
So let's say you're approaching an athlete and you see like they're overreaching. What is your thinking, and how do you go about, working with that athlete to help them? So,
sometimes we take a video, of course, because we all have iPhones, iPads, whatever on the pool deck. But, my question to them, and they know the answer now because we've talked about it so much, but my question to them, why do you think you're overreaching? And if they say, I don't know, I said, you need to know. You need to look at it and tell me why you think you're overreaching. Where does it always come from? So they know it's coming from the hip, the core area, right? And so we go from that. We start from that point and then work our way out. And if they don't know the answer, then I'll share with them. Hopefully, and you get about 10 to 20 seconds to share because they lose their attention that span. So you say it quickly. You don't.
Right. No, that's a great point.
Yeah.
I heard someone talk about coaching in terms of like Twitter, like you have to keep it short and concise. Is that your philosophy?
Right. Oh, absolutely. Sometimes I fail, and even when I'm talking, I think, oh, way too long. Shut up. But anyway, because you've lost them. So keep it short and sweet.
Yeah. Keep it short and sweet. That's good advice. So, I also, so I did obviously I do my homework for these podcasts, and you've also talked about being insecure as a coach when you first started.
Mm-hmm.
And you were worried. I think you said, I know you said when you were younger, you're insecure, and now you're worried that you're going to be caught as a fraud, right? And kind of that imposter syndrome. I mean, I think today I still even have it sometimes, but how do you deal with that, and what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think, first of all, I was kind of thrown into this. I was traveling a lot when I was young, and then I came back. I didn't know what to do, and then I was doing different things, and a guy kept calling me John Foss. He has Foss from school, and he kept saying, Kate, I need you to take over, because we had worked together. And I said, John, I've been out of swimming for so long. And anyway, he's a very persuasive guy. And so finally I came to Aquajets. And I guess the biggest thing with that is I was young and I felt I didn't know enough. And I never know, when you're not knowing enough, there's always that insecurity of, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? And do I know enough? Do I know what I'm doing? And here I'm running a team. I had run a high school team for 10 years, Eden Prairie High School, girls, but I didn't know how to run a team. But I always am, one thing I am really good at, finding great people. I am really good in delegating. I'm not a control freak on like that. I think, okay, you are really good in this. You're doing that. You're really good in this. You're going to do that. I think that's my biggest gift. I'm really good at finding great people to surround me and to help me. And because I'm the first to say, I don't get it. And also I think being a woman, that didn't help in the beginning. It's like, and I never felt like prejudiced against that at all. And I really mean that, but it's just kind of a man's world, and you feel out of place, and men approach things very differently than women, which is good. I like the difference. I think it's good. But so I think that whole idea of being insecure when you're young, because you're trying to prove yourself, you're trying to think, I am worthy to be this head coach position. And then the older I got, I thought, well, you know what? It is what it is. I'll do the best I can. And if I fail, I fail. And then I'll figure it out from there. And that worked better, to be honest, and just say, okay, I am insecure, but I'm going to do my best not to be. And like you, Chris, I still sometimes I think, how did I get here? Boy, I fool a lot of people.
Yeah, sometimes don't you feel like you have the world fooled, and at that same time,
like they're going to wake up and find out.
Right.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I'm like, no one knows anything either.
That's right. That's exactly right. It is true. We're all just pretending around and trying to make the best of it.
Yeah, so I want to talk about that topic. You mentioned it. You said it's a man's world, and here you are, a female coach. What was that like, and what advice would you have to other young or other female coaches out there, knowing what you know today?
Well, I think for young female coaches, and I have a few that really want to be coaches, and I think it's gotten so much better. I really do, and of course we have a long ways to go. We always do in everything we do, but I always want them to understand the work. Like, I know the hours you put in, Chris. And when you're a female coach, if you want a family, the hours that you're going to put in, if you're a head coach or want to be a college coach or whatever it is, you have to understand the commitment it is, because it's a huge commitment. It really is. We know that. Even club coaches, it's a huge commitment. College coaches, it's a huge commitment. They're just different commitments. But so I always talk to them about the commitment. And then if they're, as best as they can see it and still wanting to be coaches, then, I think it's like the best job in the world. I really do. I love going to work because you get to work with kids. And I always am weeping when the 20 kids, we have 20 seniors this year. I'm always weeping that they're leaving. But then I have another incredible group to work with, right? And so always that changing it's quite exciting. And in swimming as a sport is exciting. So I think as a job, I think it's a fantastic job if you like working nights and weekends.
It is. No, and I hear the passion coming out in you, and I love that because it is just so true. Like, it is a constantly changing landscape, but it is fresh and new, and the impact that you get to have on people, it's unbelievable.
Right.
When people talk about you or think about you when they're done swimming, Kate, what do you want them to say about their time?
Well, hopefully the goal is, hey, we understood what it is to be a team. We understood that we're better together than we are separate. That's always the goal of coaching for me. That's, the group working together and becoming stronger as a group, not as individuals. Usually they said, boy, you used to scare us. But they get over that quickly. But that is always the goal. What they say about me, who knows? I don't know. But I think most of it's okay. Some of it isn't, but that's the goal.
Right. And I think I know I scare a lot of people too. So It must be a head coach thing.
I don't know.
You talk about I see on your website, you have the power of team. Was that you and your influence on that? And then maybe talk to us about like what that means for you and how you run your program.
So I think it was in 2010 or something, like, I can't remember the date, but I think we had a bunch of new kids coming into our team, and it was really hard. We were kind of small. We were very small at the time, and we had 10 kids coming from a different team. That was really a dysfunctional, hard team. And from when that happened, I was desperate. Like, we were trying to mesh this two together, and it was like really hard. I was really struggling, like bad struggle. And so I'm looking at things like, what can I do? What can I do? And I saw power of something, and I go, we're going to be called Power of the Team. And so that has been our motto since that day. And we've used it, and it's always the goal. Do we get there? I mean, no, we're still not there. It's still, I want it like a high school team, but it's not. High school's team, you're swimming for a purpose. You're swimming for your school, right? And that's so exciting. I always want that for club teams, or I don't call it ours a club, but our team. And it's just, you can't quite get there, but we're trying. It's always the goal. And I don't mind if goals are hard to reach. I'll keep working on that whole thing. And in my staff, we all want that. So that's good. Yeah.
And I know from our ideals and values, it's like everyone goes, oh, you say you're this, but when something doesn't go their way, they say, well, you're not that.
That's exactly right.
And you want to be like, well, listen, this is what we are aspiring to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we are that, right?
Exactly. You hit it 100%. Because I had kids leave the team saying, "You guys are such not a team." I go, "Yeah, I get that. I hear where you're coming from, but that is our desire. It's our goal."
I mean, wow, we have so much in common because one of our things is FTT, which is for the team. So
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah,
that's
right.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I stole that, so
Oh, well, I still like it. I mean, we steal everything, isn't it true? I mean, you
right,
take a little
absolutely.
bit below that, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's better to be a good thief, right? I know you were
right.
also a D3 national champion, right?
Yeah.
Um, so uh, you know, I know we have a lot of swimmers out there. Here at Carmel, everyone thinks, oh, you're on the Carmel team, you're going to go D1 and you're just going
Mhm.
to, dominate the SEC. But we have so
Right.
many people that can do so many things. So,
Mhm.
what was a D3 experience like for you?
Okay, we're talking about, remember, I started swimming, there were no goggles, dude. I mean, I say. So, but no, I really, we'll talk about today. I mean, it was great. I love D3. I didn't know any better. It was perfect for me, right? I wanted a small school. I was from a large high school. My graduating class was 800 kids. And I thought, no, I'm done with that. I mean, let's go to a small school. And my brother was there, and it was a great experience for him. So, and the swim coach was way beyond his years. He was incredible. So that was the program for me. And I encourage my swimmers, and I am sure you do too, if they can afford it, I would love more swimmers to go to D3 because you get a full college experience. You get so much experience out of a D3 program. You get the athletics as well as the school atmosphere, as well as the personal atmosphere. And it's not just about swimming. And
Right.
here we make our living by this, but you're going to be done swimming in 4 years. Are you really wanting to go to D1 school and not make the team or not make the traveling team? It's hard out there, right? It's very hard. So yeah, I love the D3 program. I could be an art major. I could, swim. I had success. I could go to nationals. Um, that was fun for me. I
Yeah.
wasn't done at their conference meet, but that was important to me. Even back then, it was important to me. I wanted to be going to NCAAs. I wanted that experience. Yeah.
Yeah. So you went from, D3, now you're a head coach, and now you've even coached to the pinnacle of our sport, a
Mm-hmm.
gold medalist.
Mm-hmm.
Can you compare and contrast those experiences, or what was it like to coach a gold medalist for you? Like, did that achieve anything, or was life different? What was that like?
Well, to have Rachel Bootsma, she did, because of her ability in the water and her incredible competitor. And we still are in touch today. She just had a little baby boy, and but it's what it's like. It's stressful, but it does bring you to the next level of coaching if you want to be or not. And she opened up doors because of her ability in the water for me that I would have never had open up if I didn't have a swimmer like Rachel. So to have a great swimmer does open up a lot of doors, right? And it teaches you so much. I'm sure it's like having a first child. Like, what am I supposed to do with this child? And by the fifth one, you figure it out. Yeah, I got it, right? So, but the first one, you're just going, oh my goodness. But yeah.
Yeah. So we're getting ready for trials. What advice do you have to those people who are experiencing the Olympic trials for the first time?
Oh, just go and enjoy the experience. It is so fun. I mean, and this year we get to go to 2 different waves. I mean, wave 1 and wave 2. I mean, we get to experience it twice. But it is a little bit different when the swimmer is in the top 4. There's a little bit more pressure, and so that's a different experience. But it's such a fun thing and to enjoy that and let the kids enjoy that. And, you know, the pool is cool. The place where it's at is cool. Everything is just cool. And it's Omaha. I mean, what can't you love about Omaha, Nebraska? The town is pretty cool, but anyway, but it is a great experience. And that's what I would say to all coaches and swimmers, to just take it in. You've swum the race 100 times. Just take it in and enjoy it. I mean, for like once you're competing for the Olympic team, it's a little bit different, but.
Right. Take it in and enjoy it. That's great advice. I know I'll remind my few athletes who are attending that. So, are we ready to do the fast finisher?
Okay, I'm ready. Uh-oh, are these like math questions or spelling? Because I'm going to lose if it's math or spelling.
Again, like you said, we're swim coaches. We're not.
Okay.
Well, first off, this is very specific to you, Kate.
Uh-oh.
What is an Aquajet?
Yeah, that's a great question. I just had a little kid ask me that. He said, "What is an Aquajet?" I said, "I don't know," but he said, "How about a shark with a jet on its back?" I said, "Fine. We don't know. I don't know. I don't know what Aquajet is."
You just like the name.
Well, no, the guy picked it because it's an A and it's always first on the roster.
Okay.
So you could find it. And his other team was Fast Jets. It was Fox Jets, Aquajets, Fast Jets. So I got the Aqua.
Does he fly planes? Like what?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Not many people know Fox Jet wasn't. It was an airplane. Actually, it was. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, fast question. That wasn't very fast answer.
It's all good. Here we go. Anybody in the world, anytime, who would you like to do a social kick with?
Oh boy, anybody in the world.
We're assuming everybody knows how to kick. So
I think maybe I would do it. I just finished C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia. So right now it'd be C.S. Lewis.
C.S. Lewis.
Yeah.
Great answer. What song would you least like to pop up during workout?
What is it called? Shake It or something? We have music during our work and I just go, oh, yeah. Some of it's just like terrible, but go ahead. Yeah. I fast forward those. I have the controls.
That's good that you run you're the DJ for practice.
Well,
DJ
they don't like it, but yeah.
Okay. Would you rather swim in the deep end or shallow end?
Deep end, I guess.
Okay.
The kids like shallow though.
Do they?
Yeah.
We got what would be your perfect I am order?
I would say back and free, no flying breast.
Just
if I had to do it. If I had
to do it. Okay, just get rid of flying breast.
That's right.
All right. Kickboard or no kickboard?
If you're backstroke or no kickboard, if everything else, yeah, half and half.
Half and half. Okay.
We do half and half at our pool.
Would you rather have the water be too cold or too warm?
Too warm. And now as an older person, but when I was a swimmer, probably too cold.
Right. Are you going first in the lane or are you going last?
First.
Well, I would ask you what your favorite Gatorade color, but you would probably tell me Mountain Dew.
Yeah, totally. Hello. Who likes Gatorade would enjoy a Dew. Hello.
Kate, thanks for being on. Anything you want to share with anybody before you go? No,
I was grateful. It was fun to be with you, Chris. And I get to see you on the pool deck. It's almost back to normal. Woo-hoo!
It'll be less than a month here coming up.
So it'll be fun. It'll be great.
All right. Thanks, Kate.
Thanks, Chris.